What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a special edition of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Eric, Mr. Cincinnati Robinson, and as always, I am joined by the podcast dad himself, Chris Hoops. Hoops, how are you, my friend?
It's broken record time. We get to talk to a wrestler, and I am so excited. Let's get into it.
Absolutely, yes. She has wrestled for Battle Club, Combat Zone Wrestling, New York Wrestling Connection, Ladies Night Out, Wrestling Open, so many more, all in her rookie year. Everybody, please welcome Sammi Chaos to the show. Sammi, how are you? It's so nice to finally meet you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome, awesome. Well, yeah, like you said, we love to interview wrestlers. We just these are just some of the coolest conversations that we have as part of the show, and I think that this is probably the coolest part of this job that we have given ourselves. Yeah, we just want to get right into it. And around here, we believe wrestlers are superheroes, and every superhero has an origin story. So, Sammi, tell our audience your earliest memories of professional wrestling.
Oh my goodness, my origins. Um, I guess just like anybody else, I grew up a fan. I grew up, during the Attitude Era. I don't know if I'm, aging myself or whatever. But yeah, me and my brother, we used to watch, and he used to practice wrestling moves on me, and I didn't have a say in the matter. So he just kind of strung me along, and I just grew to love it. And yeah, I didn't think about becoming a wrestler. This wasn't always my dream, like a lot of people. I kind of just one day was fed up just like sitting at a desk and leading a boring life in my eyes, and I'm like, you know what, I think I'd be pretty good at that. So yeah, I just started training, and here we are.
Yeah. No, I think Eric and I both grew up during the Attitude Era, so we're right there with you. um, so that's always exciting. Who was your favorite growing up?
Oh my goodness. I was super into, the Rock and Stone Cold feud. Mankind, probably Mankind he was definitely up there, one of my favorites.
Very cool.
All right.
Very cool.
So as we move on and kind of get to more of your wrestling career, how did you come up with the Chaotic Queen moniker?
It's funny. So the name Sammi Chaos, all right. I used to date a dude that was like a soccer hooligan, and we were always around like all these punk kids and like punk bands and like all this stuff. And I just remember this one dude's name. They kept calling him Sammi Chaos, and I'm like, you know what? That sounds really cool, and that's it. Like, that's how Sammi Chaos was born. I was like, I'm just taking that name. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just chaotic, I guess.
Very cool, very cool. It's always so awesome how inspiration for whatever you do in wrestling can come from just about anything in the world that you see or experience or observe, and especially in today's day and age, given the fact that it seems like the wrestling community is closer than ever before, for better or for worse, because of social media and things like that. Like I said, you've wrestled for a number of different promotions. This is your rookie year. You've had a number of great matches. How do you remain motivated and confident in the ring as you're building your name and keeping that momentum going for yourself?
It's definitely hard. There's definitely moments where it's like, why am I doing this? Like, you just feel, that's with anything that anybody does. I'm sure it happens to you guys too. It's just like, there's zero motivation. Like, how do I keep going? You just gotta, it's legit just forcing yourself to get up and do it.
Yeah.
That's like, and it's so monotonous to say that, but it's literally like you just force yourself to do it, and it's kind of like you have to remember why you started doing it, and you gotta remember like the end goal. So it's definitely hard. There's definitely days where I'm just like, I'm gonna just sit here and not get up and go run around a ring and get beat up, but I keep doing it, guys.
Oh yeah.
That's the same thing. I wake up and I'm like, man, do I really want to talk to Eric today? But I just keep up and keep doing it.
Fair.
So,
Listen, you keep logging on.
That really pushed his buttons today too. I'm sorry.
He did. He almost got me in big trouble with my wife. So it's don't put me in that spot again. So we know wrestlers are super suspicious or superstitious. That's a word. Do you have any pre-match rituals that you do religiously or anything like that?
It's I do. I mean, it may sound like OCD-ish, but like I do the same like it's so stupid. Like the same stretches, the same warm-up in the same like order and like the same amount of time. Like stuff like that. I don't do anything like crazy where I'm like taping my wrists or like my toes or like anything like that. Nothing cool.
No, we've had plenty of wrestlers come on and say they do the same stretches every night before they go out.
Yeah,
so.
I do this out of order, like something horrible will happen.
Of course.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got, and that's all about keeping that just positive energy and trending in the right direction. And I mean, I think this is a perfect segue into this. I mean, we listed off a handful of the promotions that you've gotten to work for this year, and we just barely scratched the surface. But as you look back at everything that you have done in this rookie year, which opportunity did you receive that surprised you the most of like, holy shit, I'm actually having this moment right now?
Probably when I won the women's championship for P. That was kind of crazy because it kind of dawns on you that someone trusts you to represent a championship for their promotions. Yeah. Like they're just trusting you to, not act a fool and to just be a positive, whether you're heel or face, it's you're representing it in a positive light. So I was definitely like, I'm like, oh my God, like I'm a heel, but like I want to show emotion that I'm so honored.
Yeah.
So that was probably definitely number one.
Yeah, there's a lot of trust there, and that's a testament to you. And I'll let you kind of keep bragging about yourself. What do you think sets you apart from most other women in the ring?
I look very different. I think that's probably the main thing. I'm obviously a lot bigger, and I don't know. I've been told that I stand out. So this is probably the first environment, we'll say, where my size is actually being celebrated instead of like diminished and kind of picked on. I still get picked on, but it's just so different. I've never been I don't know, like looked at the way I'm being looked at now, where it's like it's positive and it's not, pointing out all the negatives and whatnot. So yeah, I'm actually having fun looking a lot different than everybody else.
Yeah. No, that's good to hear. That's good to hear because, as Eric talked about earlier, the internet wrestling community sucks and everybody else kind of sucks. So the fact that you can go out there and go, hey, I feel comfortable in my own skin is fantastic.
Yeah. I'll stand.
So in this rookie that you've had, are there can you share any memorable interactions or moments that you've had with fans that have approached you after the matches?
I'm always very shocked when children come up to me because I do look the way I do, and I kind of present scary sort of way. I have a lot of kids come up to me afterwards, like little girls. And like they'll want to take a picture with me, and, like they tell me that they were rooting for me and like all this stuff. So that's always my favorite. Like I'm not supposed to show it, but like it warms my heart a little bit. So yeah, I think it was after a CZW. They did a charity show, and it was in a high school, and there were just so many like preteen girls, teenage girls, and teenagers are mean. Um, so I'm expecting to like go out there after the match during intermission and kind of be picked on, like, you know, everyone was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you know, they came up to me for pictures with me, all this stuff, and I enjoy being well received
Sure.
to children.
That's fair. Yeah, no, that's good. And you know, hopefully, you know,
The truth.
that's that. Yes, trust me, I know. I have two of my own, and hopefully one day, you know, my daughter can. I can take her to a wrestling show, and she can get a picture with Sammi Chaos. That would be
There
awesome.
you go. And
So
I love it.
yes, yes. So besides winning the title, what was the most unexpected moment for you in 2023?
The most so the most unexpected was probably the fact that I had a scheduled match with Jessica Havoc. So for Battle Club Pro, my home promotion, for their Women Crush Wednesday show, I was supposed to have a match with Jessica Havoc, which is like my dream match. Like, I love Jessica Havoc. I try to emulate Jessica Havoc. And unfortunately it didn't happen, but I was so, when I heard that that was going to happen, I was like, are you sure? Like, that, because that also validates to me that, like, oh, I'm ready to step into a ring with a professional, someone that's on TV. Like, it scared me out of my mind. But I was just so shocked, and you know, I felt validated. I was like, oh, so I'm doing well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
No, that's big for a rookie year. To
yeah,
be able to.
That's
Yeah.
why I was like, are you sure? Like, you think this through? Like,
No, that's awesome.
It didn't happen this year.
Yeah.
I'll get that.
That's fair. That's fair. So as we kind of, you know, look towards the end of this interview here, tell our audience what you have lined up already for 2024.
Oh my goodness, so much. To a lot of the promotions that I was at the end of this year, PPW, PAPW. I'll be defending championship at PAPW. Hopefully, you know, getting more championship belts.
Yes.
And more, you know, photos with children.
Love it.
We're full steam ahead, so no break.
Hey, that's the only way to do it.
Exactly.
Good. So before I ask my last question, I also, you know, have another question that Eric doesn't know. But we've had a debate over the last couple of days, and you grew up in the Attitude Era. Who would you consider Mr. WrestleMania? Shawn Michaels or The Undertaker?
Damn it, Chris. Okay.
Uh-oh. So I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for this because everybody loves Shawn Michaels. Like, loves Shawn Michaels.
Say it.
Shawn Michaels.
Say it.
Okay, but I'm an Undertaker gal. And I feel like you guys knew that.
Point for Taker.
I don't hate Shawn Michaels, but
Yeah.
I don't share like the insanity for Shawn Michaels. He's great. We love him, but I'm an Undertaker girl.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
W. Thank you. Thank you for justifying that. All right. Like Eric said, as we wind down, what are some of the names that, you know, we should be looking out for on the indie scene, that, you know, people you've worked with, people you want to work with? Like, who do we need to check out here in the next year?
Definitely Caitlin Marie, who I've tagged with a couple of times. She's in North Carolina. She's amazing. Aaron Ash from CZW, just a Haas powerhouse. I mean, you guys already got Brian Baum, so
Yeah.
Shout out.
Absolutely.
We love him. Yeah, I mean, Nikki Duke is awesome. She's on WoW. Cosmic, if you haven't already. So there's a bunch of us out there.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, if there's one thing that we like to preach on the show, and that's why we do this indie spotlight, is we want to shine a light on people that are still making their name, much like we are in the wrestling business, and we want to give them that opportunity to shine. And we love, I mean, that's just I mean, we just like to watch great wrestling, regardless of what the promotion is. So it's always just awesome to hear fresh names and add a little something to the repertoire that we might not normally see every week. So we definitely appreciate that. And yeah, as we close out here, Sammy, where can everybody find you on social media?
On Twitter or X and Instagram, it's RealSammiChaos. Talk me, do whatever.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Great. Well,
Mr. WrestleMania
Sammy,
is the Undertaker. I was right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry.
I owe him that one. So, Sammy, thank you so much for joining us. We hope to have you back on the show very, very soon. Congratulations on an incredible 2023. We cannot wait to see what you do next. So again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. For the podcast, Dad, I am Mr. Cincinnati. This has been a special edition of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. We'll talk to you guys soon.